How's it going, YouTube? It's Sean here, and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Asics Gel-Kayano 25 in the white and blueprint colorway. This year marks the 25th anniversary of the Asics Gel-Kayano line. Throughout those 25 years, it's consistently been considered one of the more well-rounded running shoes on the market. So being the 25th iteration of the shoe, that's a pretty big deal, and as a result, Asics Canada sent me a pair to review. So first off, guys, I want to give you guys a look at the box. So Asics Canada did not send me the actual retail box, but instead they gave me the special edition packaging. So as you can tell, this is obviously one of those clear shoe boxes, but the cool thing is at the very bottom of the box, they filled it with these circular gel ball sort of things, and this, I guess, is supposed to represent the gel technology that's found within the shoe. These retail for $160 US or 220 Canadian dollars. And in addition to this white and blueprint colorway right here, they also come in a wide variety of colors. So the upper of these Gel-Kayano 25s is constructed using a jacquard engineered mesh done in white. As you guys take a closer look at the mesh, you'll notice that it's actually constructed using a bunch of fine layers. By incorporating different fine layers of mesh as opposed to one single thick layer, this allows the shoe to really hug and give the runner a more customized feeling fit. On the midfoot of the lateral side, we have these Asics stripes done in a combination of white and blue. However, this is different than the medial side. As we flip this around, you can see that there is no Asics branding on this side. Running up the center area of the shoe where the eyelets are, this is reinforced with this white fused material, which increases the durability in these key areas. These come laced with a navy blue colored oval lace. Underneath the laces, we have this navy blue colored mesh tongue, and at the very top, we have this half circle with this orange Asics branding. Wrapping around the back heel, we have this white colored TPU heel counter, which increases the support and the stability on the shoe. Found at the center of this heel counter, we have this Gel-Kayano 25 branding. The inner liner of this shoe is constructed using a navy blue nylon material, and then taking a look at the insoles, so these come with a blue colored insole, and as you take a look at the numbers on the heel, it reads 25, representing the 25th edition of the Gel-Kayano. The insoles provided are actually fairly thick and pretty decently padded. So the upper of these Gel-Kayano 25s sit atop a dual foam midsole setup. So along the back heel area, which is this darker blue, this is Flight Foam Light. So Flight Foam Light is a very lightweight cushioning system. In tandem with this Flight Foam Light on the heel, Asics has also added this lighter blue cushioning system, which is called Flight Foam Propel. So this Flight Foam Propel, in my experience at least, it was very soft on feet, but at the same time when you're actually running and putting impact against this foam, it gives you a good amount of bounce back. To give additional impact protection, Asics also implemented gel technology, which is visible underneath the heel right here, as well as underneath the forefoot. Turning these over to the bottom, so here we have the outsole, which is predominantly constructed out of this orangey red colored rubber. So as you can see, there's this gap running up the center of the outsole, so this is what Asics calls a guidance line. And the purpose of this, as you can see, there's these grooves running across. This increases the flexibility and a runner's efficiency when they're performing. Last but not least, in the center, you can see there's this sort of plastic piece right here. This is what Asics calls a guidance trustic system. And this gives you additional support around the midfoot and increases the torsional rigidity of the shoe. From a sizing standpoint, I'd say that these run pretty true to size. So my feet measures as a true size 10 slightly wide, and I typically get a size 10.5 in most of my running shoes to accommodate for thicker socks or just for additional room around the toe. So Asics Canada sent me these in a size 10.5, and I'd say that these run slightly bigger than I would have liked. This toe box area is pretty generous and it can accommodate wide footers. However, the lacing system and this back heel really locks down your foot in place. So with that said, overall I'd still recommend sticking true to size to give you guys the optimal fit. From a comfort standpoint, I am by no means a professional or even a semi-pro runner, so this is just from my experience only, but I'd have to say that this shoe is very well rounded. So first off, it gives you a lot of support, but from an actual cushioning standpoint, it gives you kind of like the best of both worlds. It's neither on one extreme where it's super soft and super plush, but it's also not on the other end of the spectrum as well, where the cushioning is very minimalistic. So by implementing those two different types of foam into the shoe, this kind of gives you a good balance. I do have to say though that this shoe is meant for those who overpronate. So overpronation refers to when you're running, you actually roll your foot inwards. So for a good chunk of runners, they suffer from this problem, and this shoe would be perfect to address that issue. Me on the other hand though, I'm on the other side, so I underpronate. So when I run, my shoes actually roll outwards. So when you take a look at your shoes next time, look at the bottom and see where the wear and tear takes place. If it's coming from the inside edge, then you know that you're an overpronator, and this shoe would be good for you. So with all that being said, now let me lace these up and show you guys how these look on feet. Overall, as I mentioned earlier, this is a very well-rounded shoe, and it's a great shoe to choose if you just want something to wear for your everyday runs. It kind of strikes that perfect balance, not being the lightest shoe on the market, but it's not heavy by any means, and it gives you good impact protection underneath the heels, but still giving you that bounce back feeling underneath the forefoot. So again, I am by no means an expert, so just take my opinion with a grain of salt, but this is purely based on my experience running in these. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at sgo8 and check out my website at seango.ca. Before I sign off, just want to give one final thank you to the great people at Asics Canada for hooking me up with these. So until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in my next review.